Okay, so what is GMG Group?
What is Grammy Music Group? Grammy Music is something new. It's hot on the scene for Green Bay. It's refreshing. It's different. I got a lot of different artists that's a part of this. That's very multi-talented.
Like this could mean a lot to me. It don't mean shit to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It may not mean nothing to you, but it mean a lot to me. It's a fucking diploma.
And how long you been in GMG?
A few days. I don't know.
And why did you join this group?
I like his energy, man. I see him post a lot of music for, I don't know, a while.
So I feel like in the next 5 years, I want GMG. I want us to have our own establishment. I want us to be well respected in the community. I don't want to be something new on the scene where the community doesn't like it. And so I want to make sure I create something where it's community friendly, and then also at the same time, we're giving back and people respect us and they love our music. And then I want us to have our own place to go to. And really overall why I'm doing this is because I want to give young teenagers who don't have really too much to do, whether right outside of high school, they don't really have too much to do. I want to give them a place they can go and be creative, and just have a space where they can be themselves. And so ultimately, I want my own building, and I want to create just a safe environment where people can come and just practice their skills. If they want to learn how to produce, learn how to make beats. If they just need a place where they want to go sing and hang out, I want to create that place.
RJ Drive. I see how he grind, you know what I'm saying?
Don't stress me, just finesse me. Fred roll, eat me out my panties, roll it up, she too it up. That pussy sweet, she so unique. I fuck her raw, cause that's base design and she's when we sleep. I got her back, she got her back.
Similar background, how, we know from making nothing out of something. We both similar, seeing a family struggle. We got that personal hurt that we can turn into something real creative, through music, and he got that same ear and eye for that, and that's what we really collab at. So, and I'm just like, that's somebody you can work with. It ain't just about money.
Lex is on the hat right there. Y'all check that out real quick. Should get the side right there too. That's GM.
I mean, I got a guy who raps, sings, and even cuts hair. So I got a lot of people who can do a lot of different things, not just music. And so that makes us different. That's gonna set us apart.
Then he went on this live. He had that beat going on for the song we dropped. And as soon as he dropped that shit, I was like, oh man, I can jump on that. I started writing some lyrics on there. He's like, bro, chill, man, come on. Like, don't post it on there, man. If you watch it, I'm like, cool, whatever. Wrote down, sent him a message, like, that's dope, man. We can drop on it. Talked a little bit, got DMs. Then, I don't know, like a week or so later, came down here, recorded, dropped it. Shit fire.
I've been producing for 6 years. Probably just about every Green Bay artist has been in my living room, whether it was at this crib or like my other crib. I had a different setup. This is probably my best setup that I ever had, but I had a studio. I had to pawn like 2-3 of my studio shit, just struggle, trying to pay for that equipment. And I think right now I'm at a good financial place where I can have the right stuff. And so I've been doing this for quite some time.
Why do you want to be a huge part of this movement?
At first, I don't know nobody else in the group but RJ. So I was like, okay, it's RJ, but he got like a couple more people in there. Then came in here the first day. He had I think it was GMG Mitch and Fredo Silly. Heard her song, shit goes crazy. And he got his thing going on, plays beat. Like, man, he got some fire in the ball. And they just say, like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, bro, that's how he's gonna make. I like that fire music, get you hyped up and shit.
Do you want to talk about the track that you've been working with RJ?
Oh, with Off the Rail? Yes, definitely. Before I even talk about it, check that out. It was off the rip.
For sure.
Basically, he sent it to me. It took me a couple minutes to write it. So it took me a couple minutes to write it down, get it all. But yeah, I got it back with him, and it was an instant hit as soon as I sent it back to him.
Who you want to work with?
Who do I want to work with?
Or work with local artists?
I would work with anybody that's willing to work with me. Period. Has always been that. I think I've always been open to working with anybody. I think everybody, there's so many cliques and there's so much talent that people rather stay to themselves, and sometimes it's better that way. Some groups don't mix with some groups, so I'm totally fine with just being off to myself and being something different. But if people want to venture off into the world of GMG, they can. They're very welcome to. But I say, proceed with caution, because I hold all my artists and all the people that I'm around to a certain standard, and you can't make me look bad. And so if you think you're gonna come over to GMG and try to make us look bad, you might as well stay where you at.
And do you want to talk about who you're working with, in your group?
Well, I didn't sign nobody. I think what I'm building this all off of is respect and love. This is my family. Some of these people are really related to me. And so I got a guy, Fredo Silly from St. Louis. He's really multi-talented. He's the guy I was talking about earlier, who can cut hair, but also he has a lot of different skills. He's gonna be working on producing himself, and he's gonna be a guy that in the future we can turn into somebody we could use to produce, or just he's really talented, and he's working on his craft daily, and so he's gonna be a guy that I'm really excited about. I also have my homie Sosa, who came out of nowhere. He came and brought high energy. I think the reason why I asked him to be a part of this is because I can tell how much he loves it, and he got a lot of energy, and we need somebody like that around us. When I don't have energy, I need somebody that can bring energy to me and get me hype. And so that's what he brings to it, and he has a niche for promotion. And so in the future, he's going to be in charge of promoting things and promoting artists. But we got to take that all one step at a time. I'm going to talk about my two young bulls, Troy One Way and Damo. Damo is just coming out of his shell. He's all new to this, but his family has musical background. His father used to be a musician, and he toured the world, and he did a lot of stuff, and so he has it in him, but he just needs the right person to bring it out. And I think that I'm that person that can do that. He got the swag, he got the style, and he got the voice, so he can sing, he can rap, he can be versatile. But we're working on getting him out of his shell, and when he does, he's gonna be somebody that's gonna take over the game. And so that's why I'm invested in him. Most people would see somebody like him and they would be like, nah, everybody wants talent right away. Everybody wants somebody to be hot right away, and they don't know it take time. Like me, 7 years ago, nobody was listening to RJ. And then, fast forward 5 years later, I've worked on my craft. I've been in the rooms with the door closed and just working on my craft, and now I can produce the music, and I can put the right music out and with the right sound, because I've worked on that. And then we got Troy. Troy reminds me a lot of myself, and that's why I think I wanted him to be a part of this. He's from Milwaukee. He come from the slums. That's where I'm from. I did live in Milwaukee, and so I really relate to him a lot. And his look, he got that rugged look. He remind me of myself. I was a skinny little homie from the hood, and seeing him, I was like, man, he remind me of myself. And I know that he needs something that he can do. He's when I said I wanted to build a place where kids can go, where they can stay out of trouble, I was thinking of him in mind, because he's one of those kids. I think, once we create that for him, he's gonna take off. He got a really unique sound. He got that Milwaukee swag, and he got his own twist to it, and so it's very modern. And I think whatever camera I put him in front, he gonna look good. And so those are the two dudes that, you know, they're gonna capture the young crowd from me. Shout out GMG Mitch. There's some guys that's a part of this, but they're still trying to figure it out. Shout out GMG Mitch. Shout out to Stash House Music. Shout out to Rap-A-Lot Records in Houston. I don't even gotta say too much about them. Shout out Ben Rogers. He's my connection to that. Who else? Shout out Plateau Music and Adele's. And shout out Axe Bleed. He's part of that. Shout out SDP, man. You know, the guy behind the lens. You know what I mean? Shout out everything. Shout out Sundang and everything that he does for GMG and his family. And you know, I appreciate y'all coming through and doing this.